Hello everybody, and thank you so much for watching my video. Today we will make this beautiful doily which will look gorgeous on any table. I used two colors, the pink and the blue. It's about 30 inches or about 77 centimeters. It's very large, very beautiful. I'm using a skein of blue yarn and a skein of pink yarn from Caron Simply Soft. And a 3.75mm hook. That's a US size M5. Let's get started. Start by making a chain. I make a chain of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then make a slip stitch into the first chain to form a ring. And start round 1. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then make 15 double crochet into the ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Make 15 double crochet into the ring. So together with the chain of 3, we will have 16. We have 16 double crochet. Make a slip stitch into the third chain and just into the top loop, make a slip stitch and start round 2. Make a single crochet into the same top loop that we just made a slip stitch in. 1 single crochet and then make a second single crochet into the same stitch and repeat that again. Make 2 single crochets into each top loop. 2 single crochets, so we will end up with 32 single crochets into each top loop. Finish round 2 with a slip stitch into the top chain of the first single crochet and start round 3. Make 3 chains, 1, 2, 3. In this round we will be making all double crochet into each top loop of each stitch. So go to the next top loop, make a double crochet into the next top loop and make a double crochet into the next top loop and make a double crochet, and we will make this way 32, including the chain, 32 double crochets into each top loop. Finish round 3 and this time count 1, 2, 3 chains and go through the 2 loops on top. So we have 1, 2 loops, not just a top loop but 2 loops on the hook, and pull through both, slip stitch and start round 4. In round 4 we will make half double crochets and bullion stitches, chain 2 for the half double, then into the next stitch make a half double crochet and now make a bullion stitch with 3 yarns over, pull the loop a little long here. Then make a yarn over and then go in between those 2 half double crochets with your hook and pull a long loop through. Then make the second yarn over and go between the 2 stitches again and pull a second loop and pull the yarn over 3 times and pull a third long loop. Hold the yarn with your right hand and loosely pull the yarn through all of the loops. And now make a chain and grab the yarn again with your left hand, so we have a very loose bullion stitch so that it's not all balled up together. Then make a half double crochet into the next stitch and another half double crochet into the next stitch and make a bullion stitch again, going between those 2 half doubles and make a bullion stitch with 3 yarn overs. 2 and a third yarn over and pull through. Then hold your yarn, pull through all the loops very loosely, hold the yarn again and make a very loose chain and repeat. Make a half double crochet into the next stitch and a half double crochet into the next stitch and the bullion stitch in between those two half doubles. Yarn over once, pull through, go between the two doubles, between the two half doubles, pull the yarn through, yarn over twice, pull the yarn through, yarn over 3 times, pull the yarn through, then hold it with your left hand and pull through very loosely, and then again pull the yarn through very loosely, and repeat the two half doubles. 1, 2, make the bullion stitch with 3 yarn overs. Pull the yarn through all the loops, and then very loosely make a chain, and repeat 2 half double crochets and the bullion stitches all the way around. I've made a half double crochet and then another half double crochet in my very last stitch. Here's my chain that I started with, and I have to make my 16th bullion stitch. 1, 2, 3, pull through, make a chain, and now we have the half double on the right and a chain of 2 on the left. Here was the slip stitch, the first chain, the second chain, go into the top loop of the second chain. Now if you count further, 1, 2, 3 stitches, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4 with the chain, 1, 2, 3, 4. This 4th stitch should be above your half double crochet. So go into the chain and I pull my new color through. I made a slip stitch and I'm pulling it through both loops and start round 5. Make 3 chains to start round 5. This will be our first double crochet. In this round we will make double crochets into every top loop of every stitch. So make a double crochet into each of the stitches. Make a double crochet on top of the 2 stitches that are on the bullion stitch, and make a double crochet where the half double crochet is only through the top loop. Make a stitch into the next stitch, also the top loop, and the next 2 stitches were the bullion stitches. And it's kind of like groups of 4. It's groups of 4, so the 4th one is again on top of that half double crochet. So you can double check yourself that way. Then the next 4 stitches, the next 4 top loops, and then the first one is on top of the half double crochet again. So make double crochets into every stitch. I made 64 double crochets, and now I will finish with a slip stitch into the 3rd chain and make a color change again, only through the top loop and then through this chain. Start round 6. In round 6 we will only make single crochets. Make a single crochet in the same stitch that we just pulled the blue yarn through, and we will make also 64 single crochets. Into every double crochet, into every top loop, make a single crochet. I made 64 single crochet. Now we'll make a slip stitch. Here's our V-stitch. Here's the top loop. Turn your work a little and then go through this top loop, but also through the back loop, and pull the yarn through. Start round 7. In this round we will repeat the bullion stitches in the half double crochet. Make 2 chains for the first half double crochet, then make the second half double crochet into the next stitch, but don't go through this first stitch, go through the top loop, then turn your work a little bit and then go through the back loop, those 2 loops, and then make a half double crochet. And now make a bullion stitch with 3 yarn overs into the half double crochet the second one. Yarn over once, twice, and 3 times. Pull through all the loops and then make a loose chain. Then go into the next stitch, into the top loop and the back loop. You have to turn the work a little bit to see. Make a half double crochet, make a half double crochet into the next 2 loops, the top loop and the one in the back. Make a half double crochet and repeat the bullion stitch around the second half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, and pull through all the loops. Then chain 1, loose chain, and repeat the 2 half doubles into the back loop, and then the bullion stitch around the second half double. Depending on the yarn, I use a little trick so I don't have to turn my work all the time. I can take my hook and just go into that space right here and hook into it, and then depending on the yarn, sometimes you split the yarn, but this yarn works for me. I can make these these half double crochets through these 2 loops easier, so I just go into it like that, and then sometimes I don't get the both strands on it, so I'm repeating it, and then I usually get it, and it's a little quicker than when I have to turn the yarn over and go this way. I don't know if it works for you. It works for me on this particular yarn. I've made 32 bullion stitches. At the end of round 7, place your blue yarn on top of the pink yarn, and then make a slip stitch, go into the chain that we made and pull the pink yarn through. Make sure the blue yarn is on top and just make a slip stitch with the pink yarn. And start round 8. Chain 3 for the first double crochet and then chain 2 more for the chain space. Go to the left of the bullion stitch between the bullion stitch and the half double and make a double crochet. Then make a second double crochet between the next half double and the next bullion stitch. Chain 2 and then repeat. Go between the next bullion stitch and half double and make a double crochet. Then go in between the next space, the half double and the bullion stitch, and make a double crochet. Chain 2 and repeat. Go to the next bullion stitch between the bullion stitch and the half double, make a double, and the second double between the half double and the next bullion stitch. Chain 2 and repeat this pattern till the end of the round. 2 double crochets and 2 chains. I'm almost at the end of the round. I made 2 chains and I will make my double crochet next to the bullion stitch in the half double, and then here's my chain which replaces the first double crochet, and I will make a slip stitch into the 3rd chain. Start round 9. Make a single crochet into the chain space of 2 and then make 8 double crochet into the next chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Go to the next chain space and make a single crochet, and then repeat. Go to the next chain space and make 8 double crochets. Repeat this pattern until the end of the round. 8 double crochets and a single, 8 double crochets and a single, alternating in each space. I finished my 8 double crochets and I made 16 fans. Finish round 9 with a slip stitch into the single crochet. Then slip stitch 2 more times into the next 2 double crochets into the top loop. 1 and 2 more slip stitches. Then slip stitch into the third double crochet, but with the blue yarn. And start round 10. Chain 1 and then into the same stitch where the blue yarn's coming out of where we made the slip stitch, make a single crochet. Then make 3 more single crochets into the next 3 top loops. 1, 2, 3. On top of every fan we will have 4 single crochets. So we have now 4 single crochets. Then we make 5 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we skip the next 2 double crochets, the single crochet and the next 2 double crochets, and make 4 single crochets into the top loop again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip the next stitches, the 2 double crochets, the single crochets, the 2 double crochets, so skip 5 stitches and then start again with 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 5 stitches, make 4 single crochets. Chain 5, skip the 5 stitches, make 4 single crochets. Finish round 10 with a slip stitch. We have our 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make a slip stitch into the top loop and start round 11. Chain 1 and then make a single crochet into the same top loop. We will make single crochets into every top loop. 4 single crochets where we made the 4 single crochets, and then where we made the 5 chains, make 5 single crochets into the top loops. Grab the top loop of each stitch. Sometimes that's a little tricky. Make 5 single crochets into the 5 chains. And then again 4 single crochets into the top loop of the 4 single crochets. Single crochet into every stitch, but only the top loop. That should give you 144 single crochets all around. I've made my 5 single crochets over the chain. Here was my chain we made in the beginning of round 11. Here's the first single crochet. Make a slip stitch into that top loop. Start round 12. And now we will repeat but with double crochet. Chain 3 and then into every top loop make a double crochet. every top loop. Then when you get to the ones we made on the chain, the same thing, just double crochet over everything. And we will have 144 double crochet. This is how it looks. I'm almost done with round 12. Finish round 12, count 1, 2, 3 chains up and into the top loop, make a slip stitch. And start round 13. In round 13 we will make single crochets into every stitch again. Chain 1, make a single crochet into the same stitch. So when we're done we will have to make a slip stitch into right here. Here was the chain, and then to finish this round, slip stitch, and then we will single crochet into every top loop all the way around. That's 144 single crochets. Single crochet in all the top loops. Finish round 13 with a slip stitch. Skip the chain we made and go into the first single crochet top loop and make a slip stitch. Start round 14. Chain 1 and into the same top loop make a single crochet. Chain 2, skip one top loop and make a single crochet into the next top loop. Chain 2, skip the next top loop and make a single crochet into the next top loop. Chain 2, skip one and make a single crochet into the next top loop. Continue this pattern all the way around. Finish row 14, make a slip stitch, this time through both top loops. Through the V-stitch, make a slip stitch, then make a slip stitch into the chain space we made, and that's the start of round 15. Make the slip stitch with the blue yarn, then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, make 2 more double crochets into the same chain space, 1 and 2, and we will make 3 double crochets into every chain space, 1, 2, 3. Make 3 double crochets into every chain space, 1, 2 and 3 all around. Repeat that pattern. At the end of round 15 I made 72 groups of 3 double crochet, and I will finish, and you can go through both loops, make a slip stitch into the 3rd chain and pull the pink yarn through. Start round 16. Chain 1, and where the group of 3 starts, to the right of it, make a single crochet. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and between the 2 groups of 3 make a single crochet. Chain 3, and again move to the next group of 3 in between, make a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, skip 3 and make a single crochet in between the 2 groups of 3, and continue this pattern all the way around. Finish round 16, make a slip stitch into the single crochet. You can make it through both loops, then slip stitch into the chain space and pull the blue yarn through, and now we will repeat round 15. Chain 3 and make 2 more double crochets into the same chain space, and then make 3 double crochet into each chain space all the way around. 3 double crochet into each chain space. And I'm so sorry, I forgot to turn my counter, but that is round 17. Now we will repeat round 16 and 17 again. Make a slip stitch to the 2 loops, pull the pink yarn through, make a chain. That's round 18. Make a single crochet into the space between the two groups of 3 double crochet. Chain 3. Make a single crochet in between the next group of 3. We skip the 3 double crochet and we repeat 1, 2, 3 chains. Skip to the next group of 3 and make a single crochet, and then repeat what we did in round 16. Chain spaces with single crochets in between the groups of 3 double crochets. I repeated the rounds where we made the groups of 3 double crochets into the chain spaces 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then where you see the pink little dots, remember the first chain space we made was with 2 chains. And then I made 5 chain spaces with 3 chains. So I repeated round 15 and 16 5 times. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pink rounds with the chain spaces of 3. That's round 24. And 5 rounds of blue with just a double crochet into groups of 3 into the chain space. And I'm now at round 24, and I will finish round 24. It's a pink round where I made the 3 chains, and I will finish it. I made a chain and then a half double crochet into the first single crochet, and I will start round 25. Make a single crochet into the same chain space, then go to the next chain space of 3 and make 6 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then make a single crochet again into the next chain space and repeat into the next chain space 6 double crochet. So it's always 6 double crochet in a chain space, then a single crochet in the next chain space. Finish round 25 with a slip stitch into the single crochet, the top loop. Then make a slip stitch into the top loop of the first double crochet, and then just put the next double crochet, the next top loop, on your hook and make a color switch. Take the blue yarn, make sure the pink yarn is in front of the blue yarn, and pull the blue yarn through both loops. Chain 1 and make a single crochet into the same stitch. And that's the beginning of round 26. Make 3 more single crochets into the next consecutive 3 top loops of the double crochet. So all together we have 4 single crochets in the top loops. Chain 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip the double crochet, the single crochet and the double, and then make 4 single crochets again into the second, third, fourth and fifth double crochet. We basically repeat what we did down there. Make the 4 single crochets into the 4 top loops. Chain 4 and skip 3 stitches and make the 4 single crochets again. And repeat that pattern. Finish round 25 with a slip stitch into the top chain of the single crochet and start round 27. Chain 1 and make a single crochet into the same stitch. Now in this round we will make single crochets into every top loop of every stitch. So every top loop of every single crochet gets a single crochet, and then every top loop of every chain gets a single crochet as well. All the way around every stitch, make a single crochet in the top loop into the chains and the single crochets. finish the round, slip stitch into the first single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4. That was our chain. This was our first single crochet into the top loop. Start round 28, and now we will make all double crochet, 1, 2, 3 chains for the double crochet, and then double crochet into each of the top loops of each stitch all the way around. Double crochet. We will repeat this pattern that we made down here. Make a slip stitch into the third chain into the top loop, chain 1, and make a single crochet into the same stitch. That's round 29, and now we'll make single crochets all the way around into all the top loops. At the end of round 29, I cut my blue yarn. I make a slip stitch into the first single crochet, skip the chain, make a slip stitch into the top loop with the pink yarn. Then chain 1 and make a single crochet into the same stitch. That's the round, the beginning of round 30. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch, make a single crochet into the next top loop, chain 1, skip 1 stitch, and make a single crochet into the next top loop, and continue this pattern till the end of the round. I'm skipping my last stitch, and I will make a half double crochet into the single crochet. You can go through both loops, make a half double crochet, and this is the beginning of round 31. Chain 1 into the same space, make a single crochet, chain 2, go into the next chain space of 1 and make a single crochet, chain 2, and move to the next chain space of 1 and make a single crochet, and do that all the way around, 2 chains and a single crochet into every chain space. At the end of round 31, instead of 2 chains, make a half double crochet into the single crochet, and start round 32. Chain 1, single crochet into the same chain space, and repeat round 31. 2 chains, go into the next chain space, make a single crochet, chain 2, go into the next chain space and make a single crochet, and so on. Single crochet, chain 2, chain 2, and make a slip stitch into the single crochet. Start round 33. Make a slip stitch into the chain space and chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Then make an unfinished treble crochet, yarn over twice, go into the chain space, pull the yarn through, pull through 2 loops, and pull through 2 loops. Leave 2 loops on the hook. Make another unfinished treble, pull your yarn through, pull through 2, and pull through 2. You have 3 loops on the hook. Pull through all 3 and make 2 chains. 1 chain, 2 chains. Go to the next space and crochet 3 trebles together. 1, don't finish it, leave 2 loops on the hook. 2, don't finish it, leave 3 loops on the hook. And the third one, don't finish it, 4 loops on the hook, pull through all 4 and chain 2, 1, 2, and again crochet 3 trebles together, 2 loops on the hook, second one, 3 loops on the hook, and the third one, 4 loops on the hook, pull through all 4, chain 2, and repeat that until the end of the round. Crochet 3 trebles together with 2 chain spaces, with 2 chains for the chain space. Here was our chain. On top of the combined stitch, make a slip stitch. Go to the chain space and make another slip stitch. Start round 34. Chain 1 and into the chain space make a single crochet. Chain 2, go to the next chain space and make a single crochet. chain 2, skip over to the next chain space and make a single crochet, and so on, 2 chains and a single crochet. End round 34, not with 2 chains but a half double crochet. Make a half double crochet into the 2 top loops of the single crochet. Start round 35 with a chain and a single crochet into the same chain space. Chain 2, make a single crochet into the next chain space and repeat chain 2. Skip to the next chain space and make a single crochet. When you come to the end of the round, finish round 35 also with the half double crochet into the single crochet and start round 36 and repeat round 36 the same way we did this round. And I see you at the end of round 36. I will finish round 36 with 2 chains. And then I will pull my blue yarn through. I made a slip knot and I will pull it through the single crochet and start round 37. I have made the 3 rounds with single crochet, chain space, single crochet, and I repeated it 3 times, 1, 2, and this is the round 36. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, then make 2 double crochets into the chain space, 1 and 2, then make a double crochet into the single crochet, then make 2 double crochets into the next chain space, then make a double crochet into the single crochet, chain 2, make a double crochet in the single crochet, skip over the chain spaces, chain 2, make a double crochet into the single crochet, then repeat this pattern, 2 double crochets into the chain space, double crochet into the single crochet, 2 double crochet into the chain spaces, double crochet into the single crochet, then repeat this part again, chain 2, double crochet into the single crochet, chain 2, double crochet into the single crochet. Repeat this pattern till the end of the round. Finish round 37, make a slip stitch into the 3rd chain and pull the pink yarn through. Start round 38 and I pulled it through the top loop only. Chain 3, and now we will repeat what we did before. 7 double crochets into the top loop, so all previous double crochets will get double crochet, 7 of them, chain 2, then double crochet into the top loop of the double crochet, chain 2, and then repeat 7 double crochet in all the double crochets and repeat the same round as we did before. To finish round 38, make a double crochet into the 3rd chain, not 2 chains but a double crochet to finish round 38, and pull your blue yarn through with a slip stitch. Leave it a little bit loose. Start round 39. Make a chain of 4 for the first treble crochet, and then into the same chain space make 4 more treble crochet, and I crochet around the blue yarn, so I move it to the side and I don't see it anymore. So including with the chain all together I have made 5 trebles, and we will make this pattern into each chain space. Each chain space we will get 5 treble crochets, and we make fans or shell stitches in this round. So I've made my 5 trebles. I moved my yarn to the side so I don't see it. Now skip 3 double crochets from the left or count from the right. You can count from the left or from the right. And to the 4th stitch in the middle, a double crochet, make a single crochet. Move to the next chain space and make 5 treble crochet into that chain space, and then 5 trebles into the left, skip 3, make the single crochet, and repeat. Make 5 trebles on the right, 5 on the left, skip 3 and make a single crochet. I've made my last fan with 5 triple crochets into the first space, and now I make a slip stitch into the 4th chain, just the top loop. And I pull my pink yarn. I leave my blue yarn in front of the pink, and then pull the pink yarn through and start my last round, round 40. Make a chain, then single crochet in all the stitches into the double or treble crochets, and only into the top loop again, then into the single crochet, and then 5 times into the treble crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and here's my last one, 5. Now we will make a picot with 3 chains, 1, 2, 3 chains, and grab these 2 legs that form that arrow up or an A and make a single crochet. And then keep on single crocheting all the stitches. When you single crochet over the last treble crochet in the first chain space, the 5th one here, chain 3 again and make a picot. And then keep on making single crochets in all the top loops. I'm almost finished with round 40. I'm making my last picot into the last treble, 1, 2, 3 chains, and then when I make my last single crochet, I leave 2 loops on the hook, and I put my needle, the yarn through my needle, and then I go through from the left to the right, and I pull my hook out, and I go through, and then I'm going through the first single crochet. Here was the chain. I'm going through both loops of the single crochet, and then where my yarn come out of, right here, where it came out of, right there, I'm going back through the same loop, and I pull it not too tight, a little bit tight, so now you cannot see any stitches or any seam. And then I just go and I tighten everything down, and this is our doily. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I see you next time. Bye bye.